Can we come in? Katie? Can we come in? Can we come in? Come in. Hey Katie, how's it going? Well girls, the 2010 decade was a disappointing decade, and the 2020 decade is so far being the same. I mean, there was so much drama, and there's so much bad moments going on. People went against other people for bad or no reasons, people letting other people in the media to get away with even murder, and people awarding them for their bad actions, and a lot of subjects for us to only disagree on. People always cyberbullying, people rather to be always unforgiving, even when we apologize and admit that we did something wrong, especially with the popular ones, making too much mistakes, CEOs and staff people making companies and studios going downhill. It's just 2010 decade was promised to be a great one, or at least better than the 2000s, but it was disappointing. And I hope for the 2021 to be better, but even that one is just devastating. We get where you're coming from, Katie. The 2010 decade were full of disappointments, and the first 2 years of the 2021 were the same thing. And honestly, for a girl like you, we can honestly feel for you. Almost 22 years ago, my movie came in, The Little Mermaid 2: Return to the Sea. And unfortunately, Disney was reminded about why people wouldn't like me or pay attention to me anymore. Sing with me, lass. It's 10 years since my movie came, and me being brought to the world. But even that didn't convince people, including those that hate me or consider me like I'm the worst character in any way, that I'm good enough. But here's the thing, Katie. Life is not in hypocrisy. Like the morals of Steven Universe, life is not perfection. It's like what Thanos said something else best. It's actually balanced. Exactly. There's always going to be a fair amount of good things, and a fair amount of bad things. And it's better to keep relying on the positives. It's better to keep thinking and feeling of what's good and what's fair and reasonable and even understandable. Because if you do that, then your positiveness, your brightness, the happiness you have, and your fairness is, well, it just might finally affect the world. You might finally have your bright future. If you just keep focusing on positive and fair things, instead of just expecting it to be negative feeling and thinking, and to live like you're always receiving too many negative stuff. Anyways, come on over and enjoy the party that we made for you. You've been on your YouTube account for 10 years. And who knows, maybe the rest of the 2020 decade could be better. If not, then hopefully the 2030 decade could be a little bit better decade. We'll have a fresh new start, we might add.